In this lesson, I will explain to you that in Python, how we can use pandas to read CSV files. CSV files are comma separated value files. So here I have made a sample file for you, and I will show you first of all how you will save this Excel file as a comma separated file values or a CSV file. So go to the file first and then click on Save As. From Save As, click on the Browse button, and on the Browse, then you have to decide where you have to save it. You can save on your desktop, your document, wherever you want. I have saved on my USB drive, which is the F drive, and the name of the file is sample. Right, so this is the sample file, and save as type. Open this arrow, and then here you can see CSV comma delimited files, so click here and save it. Right, I have already saved, so I'm not going to save it again. If you want to see that whether it is a CSV file or not, so the easiest way is bring your cursor here, and then you can see the type Microsoft Excel comma separated values file. Right click on this file, and then here you can see open with. Click open with, and here there are different function: Excel, notebook, wordpack. I said okay, open it in as a notepad. So when we will open in the notepad, you will see all the values, all the headings are separated by comma. That is why it is called the comma separated values files. So you have learned how simple it is to save the Excel file as a comma separated file. So this is my comma separated files, and I will work on this file in front of you, so you will learn more. And some functions we will use in this lesson today. If you will write down in Google pandas.readcsv, then I will show you here as well. You will see all about pandas read CSV. If you want, you can read it, but the few functions we will use from here. Okay, so see, this is our file. First, you have to import this file in Jupyter Notebook. So always keep in mind you have to write down import pandas as PD. And this is here, these are the comments: read CSV file, and in Google you have to write down pandas.read_CSV. You will get your information. So df is the data frame is equal to pd.read_CSV. You have to practice this syntax. So it is much better if you will write down in copy pencil with 3 or 4 times. And then in parentheses you have to write down the path, the location of your file. So I have saved in my USB, which is the F drive, and the name of the file is sample.csv. You have to write down in quotation. So when I will run this, so you will see exactly I have the same data frame which is available in my CSV file. Right, these are the companies names, and these are the data: manager, revenue. These are columns, these are companies ABC. I have just made this simple data for you. Right, sometimes it happens that we want an extra blank line here in order to separate the columns. Sorry, I will insert here. Right, sometimes we need extra blank line only to show the audience that these are our columns names, this is our data, these are separate. Right, so whatever you will do in Excel file here in CSV, you have to save it first, otherwise you will not see the impact on your Jupyter Notebook. So when I will run, so see the blank line, all the there are no values in the blank line, so all is converted into nan, nan. So it means that if you want, you can delete it. There is no need for this nan. And again, you have to save it first. Then I will run here. So you will see all these nan values gone. Right. Okay. Now another function. If we want another row here, right? If I say, okay, the name of this is, I will write down top companies. Suppose these are the top companies, and here if you want, write down whatever name you want, but I am not going to write down anything, right? Only to show you that what will happen if these are blank. Only we have one other row, and then you have to save it. Right, when we will click here, So you will see the new name of the companies, top companies. Another row we have all these are unnamed 1, unnamed 2, unnamed 3 because we didn't assign any name to them. If you want, you can write down whatever name you want. Right? Okay. Now suppose if you do not want this row here. So one function is skip rows, and you will find out this function from here as well. Pandas.read CSV file. Skip rows is equal to 1 if you do not want this row. So when I will run it, you will see this row is disappeared. Same thing, if you do not want the skip rows function, you can write down header function. Header is equal to 1 or skip rows is equal to 1. Both will perform the same function. Right? Okay. Now suppose I will delete my column names and save it. Suppose we do not want our column names, or in our data we do not have, right? So when I will run it, what will happen? There is no heading, right? So if we will write down header is equal to none, when I will run it, so by system by default assign 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. If we will write down only header is equal to none, because we do not have any header in our Excel data. But if you want to give some names, so what you have to do, you have to write down header is equal to none. This part is exactly same. Here you have to write down header is equal to none and names is equal to, see, names. Do not write down only name. System will not run. Names is equal to, make a list of all the columns and write down in quotation. So when we will run this, you will see we have then company name, sorry, column names again in our data. Right? So go there and I will bring back because I need these names. Save it. So what you have learned, that if you do not have any name, so header is equal to none, you can write down. By default you can have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on your column names. But if you want to write down your own column names, header is equal to none, you have to write down, and then after comma names and all the names whatever you want in quotation you have to write down. Right? Okay. Now suppose in our data, if you need only 4 rows, if you have suppose million rows and you want to analyze, or you have to do analysis of 100 rows or 1000 rows, whatever. So here our data is very small, that is why I have written 4. So n rows, this is the function, n is rows is equal to 4, and run this. So you will get, I will run this because it's already there. So 4 rows. Right? Now the next is very important. Here, see in our data, we have not available, is here is NA, here is NA. We say wherever in our data, suppose we have million rows, wherever in our data we have not available, NA, NA, convert all these into NaN function. So for this, what you have to do, you have to make a list, right? So like this. pd.read, this is same, na underscore values. For nan you have to use na underscore values. This is the function for nan, is equal to, in braces you have to write down not available in quotation comma na, means wherever in your data, suppose you have million or 100 rows, wherever you have not available in any column, any row, na, it will convert to nan. So when I will run this, so you will see we have nan, 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 nan. Right? In Excel we have not available, na, all is converted into nan. Now I say, okay, my revenue is -1 and my EPS is -1. My revenue, only my revenue should convert into nan, because revenue usually is 0 or greater than. So it is negative. I said no, this negative should convert into nan. So, and we have earning per share, we can have a negative, so that is fine. I only want this one, right? So what? If I will write down not available, NA and -1, means wherever in our data it will find -1, it will, when I will run this, so you will see it will convert to earning per share into NaN value as well. I want -1 here. I only want to make revenue -1 into NaN. All NA not available and the revenue -1, but EPS is -1, it should remains the same -1. So what we have to do, this is the list. For that purpose we have to make the dictionary. So this is the dictionary. So NA underscore values, this is same. In curly braces you have to write down all the column names. In EPS we want not available, NA, wherever in EPS earning per share it is not available or NA, it will convert into NaN. In revenue you have to add -1 as well. Wherever is -1 it will convert to NaN. And in manager same thing here. When I will run this function for you, so you will see now our EPS is -1 and then our revenue is converted into NaN. So if you want to apply different features on different columns, then you have to make the dictionary. And here I have written make dictionary instead of a list. If you will make one single list, it will apply to all the columns. But if you want to apply different functions, so you have to make the dictionary. So practice this, make your own scenarios. If you want, you can import some CSV files from Google, free sample CSV files. In next lesson I will show you how to write on CSV files. So meanwhile you can practice, subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.